Hello, and welcome to our first tutorial. This is just how to get set up in a Noteflight activity template that we will do in class from time to time. I give you just a blank template, which will be the default, a treble clef one-line piano staff. And so the first couple steps, um, obviously if you're not into Noteflight yet, make sure you use the link from my website. So you go to our site and do not go to just noteflight.com because you will not be able to log in. It should say chs-bands.sites.noteflight.com, and that is linked from my website. On the left-hand menu, you should have it bookmarked. Once you're in, to get into whatever the activity template you're working on, you'll probably want to click on Groups at the top, and then click on Scores, and find the score that you're supposed to be working in. Once you're in, this is what it'll look like. It'll have the title of whatever the activity is we're doing. So the first step you need to do is change the staff to your instrument. And you do that using the instrument menu up here at the top. Is the easiest way to do it. It's the guitar. So you'll click on that, and then that gives you the menu over here on the right. Notice it says piano. You can also add instruments here. We're not going to be doing that. But the pencil is to edit that instrument. So I click on the pencil, and I get a whole menu of instruments. Click the appropriate folder for your instrument family: woodwind, brass, unpitched percussion, which would be like snare drum, bass drum, pitched percussion, which would be timpani and any of the keyboard instruments. And so for my purpose of my demonstration, I'm going to click trumpet. I'm a trumpet player. Notice it puts in the name, the abbreviation, the key, the transposition key, and it'll also change the octave. Generally, don't worry about any of these. Just select your instrument and click OK. Because I'm a trumpet, you'll notice nothing changed. Let me just show you what will happen if I change it to trombone, for example. Now the clef changes. So get it set to your instrument. So I'm going to go trumpet. The next thing you will need to do, depending on what it is that you're putting in, is to change the key. And again, this is should be the next step. And you're going to want to change the key signature to whatever the concert key is that you're in. For most of the activities, I'll give you the concert key until you become more comfortable figuring it out. So you should refer to the assignment and see what the concert key is. Let's say, for example, that the concert key that we're working on here is B flat. You're going to need that menu to start with. And let's just talk a little bit about menus. All your little menus show up here at the top. You can customize that to what you need, and you click on the pancake stack on the left, and you get all these different menus. If you want to know what each menu will show you, just hover over it, and it'll give you a little secondary menu. You can go down through, insert all your note values, different rhythm things. We'll get into that in some other tutorials. Pitch, where you get your sharps, flats, and naturals. Also, you can move things up and down here. Tempo. Text, which would be like lyrics, performance text, like a dynamic, or expression text, like a dynamic. For the most part, you'll probably use dynamics. Measure. Here's where you can add and subtract measures. Here's where you can change your key signature, time signature. You can also change the clef, change the type of bar lines. Those would be primarily the ones that you want to use. So I'm going to turn that menu on. Notice now that all showed up here. So I have everything selected here, and that's important. You want to select the whole piece of the music, because if you only have one measure selected, it'll just change the key signature for that menu, or excuse me, that measure. So, by the way, I'm going to make that stack go away. So I'm all selected. And remember, I said we were going to go to concert B flat. Again, check your assignment to make sure you know which one you're doing. And click the key signature. And here they are. All the major key signatures by letter. Shows the flats. Later on, when we get into some of the others, primarily minor, you'll find those. But for right now, you're just worried about major. And I'm going to select B flat. And notice when I click OK, now I have the key signature for concert B flat over here on the side. Some of you are new to key signatures, so that's why I'll give you the key signatures again later on. As you get more adept in that, you'll be able to figure that out on your own. Now that you have your key signature correct, you want, if you're inputting from your music, which is what we're going to be doing from some of our activities, when you'll have it given an excerpt out of a book or out of your band music, and you're going to input it in here so you can practice and record it. What you're going to need to do next before you input anything is turn off show in concert pitch. I recommend that everybody does this, even if you're a concert pitch instrument. And again, it's important that you do your key signature first. But now go ahead and you're going to turn off concert pitch. This is a tuning fork. That's what that thing is. If I click on that so it's not highlighted anymore, notice since I'm a trumpet and I'm a transposing instrument, the flats went away. If you're a concert pitch instrument, that won't change. And what happens with the sharps or flats will depend somewhat on your instrument, whether you're a B flat instrument like clarinet, tenor sax, or trumpet, or an E flat instrument like bari sax or alto sax, or an F instrument like horn. Okay, so that's the basic first steps. That's what you need to get prepared to start putting your notes in. Setting your clef, setting your instrument, setting your key signature. Okay, so that's what you want to do. And the next tutorial we'll talk about actually getting into putting in notes. So, thank you.